So this one is going to be relatively quick because I need to get to the radio station. I'm going to have the show tonight. It's going to go on from 5 to 7. That will take place at 5 p.m. on the dot. You can listen to it. You can listen to it here if you're in Chesterfield, or you could just watch it on the show. Most people just watch it on the show. But there are some people who watch me who like Yang, and Yang has been getting, if I'm not mistaken, like 3% in many of the polls, and he needed 4% to qualify. And shout out to Yang, because he will be the second person of color in the debate coming up in December. Elizabeth Warren, of course, being the first Native American running for president. Yang hits his 4%. This is Quinnipiac. Biden 29%, Sanders 17%, Warren 15%. If I'm not mistaken, that's a drop. Buttigieg, the surge is over for Buttigieg, but Yang gets his 4%. Biden has gone up 5. It's gone up 5. Sanders has gone up 4. Warren, +1, modest. Buttigieg, down 7. Down 7. That's a collapse. That's a collapse. I don't know what Yang's item was last time, but whatever it was, he hit his 4%. And this means that Yang is qualified for the next December debate. This has gone down to the wire because Yang's last day would have been, I think it was the end of day on Thursday, meaning this Thursday coming up was going to be the last poll deadline. And there has been a lull in polling, at least qualifying polling. So this came at the last minute. So hopefully Yang gets more time. If you remember the MSNBC poll, Yang got like the least amount of time, despite being one of the candidates that was bringing in cash hand over fist and polling better than some of the other candidates who will be on that stage. For example, Klobuchar. What the hell is Klobuchar even doing? And she gets 3%. She will be on the debate stage, even though nobody has any idea what the hell she's doing on the campaign trail from day to day. He's polling higher than her, and yet she got more speaking time and more attention. I have my issues with Yang, but I've been consistent on this. I like this notion of somebody talking about our system as an actual system and not just endowed by God. I don't like this notion of just bribing people and giving them money while not allowing those people to have control over the means of production. The means of production is everything. The $1,000 is. I agree with the notion of a UBI, but I agree with that within the context of other changes that take place within our system. And many of those changes have to do with workers having more agency and more control over the workspace to which they control. Yang is talking about something different. He's talking about Bill Gates being a trillionaire and giving everybody else $1,000 to not look at the fact that you've allowed this guy to be a trillionaire. That situation allows people, for all intents and purposes, to remain out of control, meaning out of control of the larger questions that are above them. Yes, you have free will to choose Pepsi or Coke. From the standpoint of you making any kind of choice in the way how your government operates in the world, and even how laws are made that are not entirely looked with you in the best interest. Well, you don't have control of those things. You don't have choices within the context of those things. And ultimately, this is, I don't know, I feel as if it's somewhat of a bribe. Again, depending on how it's used. Yes, I like the notion of a UBI. No, I don't like the notion of a UBI if it's only to allow the wealth in the nation to maintain their wealth and their edge. So yes, I like Yang in the sense of talking about this stuff as a system, but on the grand scale of things, no. But people have their choices. They have their individual likes and dislikes in regards to who they want as a candidate. There are plenty of people who are a part of the Yang gang who likes Yang and who wants him on that debate stage. I want him on the debate stage. I like him talking about those issues, but no, I can't see myself ever supporting him. Nevertheless, Yang will be on the debate stage in December. He's qualified with that last Quinnipiac poll. Like, share, subscribe.